This episode of Nerds Gone Rogue is brought to you by Killers. All John ever wanted was to be normal, but the grisly murder of his parents when he was just a child left something terrible brewing inside him. John was a killer, a fact he'd accepted as he now lived on the streets, looking for a place he belonged in this world. On a night that seemed like fate, while on a train heading west, a stranger intervenes as John is on the verge of his most recent crime. His name is Professor James Conrad, and he asks John to come live with him and a group of young serial killers he has taken under his wing. Together they search for a purpose in their murderous ways. It isn't long after a new sadistic serial killer begins to terrorize Seattle, and throwing a wrench into all they are trying to accomplish. Time seems to be running out for the group to find the answers they are searching for. Where will they go? What is their purpose? And with the killing closing in, who will survive the night? Written by C. Benjamin Doyle. Killers is available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today. All right, we're recording.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Arsenal X, NGR Radio's Xbox podcast. As always, we throw up the X because we are about to throw down. Joining me for this E3 extravaganza predictions is Mr. Jesse White.
Jesse White. What? That's the second week in a row you did that.
Jesse Douglas. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know there's too many Jessies.
It's kind of too many.
Shout out to you, Jesse White. I love you, man.
Buy Hellblade and read his review at NGRradio.com.
Yes,
slash Hellblade review. Yeah.
And of course, it's Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
Woo! My red shirt really clashes with the border of this what do you call it? The box we're in is very green and my shirt is very red.
So, Jesse Douglas, everybody over there, and Corey Dirrig.
Yep.
Right there.
Good job, Ed. Proud of you. Nailed it.
Yes. Once again, I got
squad goals.
As much as I've been talking to you all day while we podcasting, I see your name say Jesse Douglas, and just out the blue, one thing I just see Jesse and it says Jesse White, and then that just gets stuck in my head. So shout out to you, Jesse White. Love you, man. Once again. Yes, this is going to be our E3 predictions for this episode. And so we're not going to be talking about what's been in our arsenal or what's in our arsenal news or have any kind of arsenal exchange. For E3 for Xbox, there's going to be a lot of stuff planned for it. And you know, their showcase is going to be on a Sunday, so you guys will be able to check that out. And you could probably get more points and stuff if you are part of Mixer. So if you're watching on Xbox One on Mixer, you'll probably get some points because that's part of the program that you are on, right, Jesse? That sometimes if you watch stuff live, you get points for it.
That's for anyone. If anyone watches like their shows on Mixer, a lot of the times whoever's watching will end up getting something, whether it be cosmetics for a game that are exclusive people who watched it on Mixer, or like sometimes you get, I think they've given away like actual free games in the past that you get a free download of, stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely, if you have an Xbox and you plan on watching something, always watch it on Mixer because you might be missing out on some pretty cool stuff. So free stuff. So
okay, all right, awesome. And everybody, this show is not going to be very long. Just all came together because we have some thoughts of what might be shown, and you know, like I said, this is just completely predictions. So I'm going to actually start out with you, Corey Dirrig, boss man. Give us some E3 predictions. 5 E predictions.
Are we doing it like we did it on Pal Block? Or are we
Oh, just straight
oh
5.
my god, no! I can't do 5 right now. Okay. I think Playground Games is going to say that their second team is working on Fable. I think Fable is coming. Yeah, I am ready for a new Fable game, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. I don't really know. I think Microsoft is going to bring back some of their older IP, like Banjo and Conquer, and I know Larry said he wanted Phantom Dust, but I'm sorry, Larry, Phantom Dust is not coming back. Man, I don't know. I don't know, Ed. You put me on the spot.
Want some time? You want some time, then?
Yeah, give me some
Okay.
time.
So
Okay.
you said a Banjo game that you were predicting
Yeah,
too. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Banjo.
I just gotta take it off on my list.
No,
No.
no.
No. Okay,
Nope.
so Jesse, give
Nope.
us 2 predictions. Go
Two?
ahead and give us
Okay.
a first 2 predictions.
All right, so I think we're gonna get a new Perfect Dark game for sure,
Ooh, yes.
and I know this is kind of a stretch, but I think we're actually gonna get acknowledgement of a Cuphead too.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm going to debate you on that, and we won't get it just yet. I think because of them just finishing production last year, I don't think they're ready to jump into it. I think we won't get anything from them, like a new announcement, maybe 2020.
Ooh, that's too long.
I think if anything, it's just gonna be like, kind of like how they did Metroid for Switch, where it's just literally gonna be like a character. The characters are a logo of some sort that's gonna hint at it.
It's going to be called Revenge
It
of
won't be
Mugman.
coming. It won't come out until like the end of next year or maybe the year after that. So.
Well, I just think that since they just only released the game last year, that would be too quick for them to announce something like that.
Well,
So that's why I would give them like I would give them like 2 years, for it.
Yeah.
For them to.
I just
announce
think
it.
this time it's gonna actually like have a little bit more bigger funding from Microsoft, so it wouldn't, like last time it really wasn't funded for the most part by Microsoft, completely.
Right.
So I think they might have a bigger turnaround or a sooner turnaround just because it's actually going to be funded by Microsoft this time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft went and just bought them and said, "Hey, you're one of us now," and allows them to. It'd be similar to what Valve did to Campo Santo, right?
So
Is where
Yeah.
they'll still have their independent feel, but allow them to be like, "Hey, you have Microsoft resources. Hey, you need some more animators? Here, we can provide you with some. Hey, you need some more money for talent? Here, you can have some. We can give you a proper studio space instead of you working in your basement. Like that kind of stuff. I would love it if they did that, honestly, because it would secure them a new IP or a relatively good IP. It would secure them talent. It would secure them like goodwill. So
Right.
I would love it.
Probably a faster production because they have a bigger team.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. I would love it. Yeah. I do have
Right.
another prediction, by the way. I thought of
okay,
one.
Corey,
I thought of one
Go ahead.
while Jesse was talking.
go ahead.
And his Perfect Dark thing, like, really made me get excited, and this is what made me think of it. But, like, Jesse, to your point, before I get to my prediction, I think Perfect Dark is going to change genres, and I think it's going to be more of, like, Metal Gear 5-esque, or, like, something to that effect where you have to, like, infiltrate these bases, and you can kind of do it however you want. It would be kind of like their open world stealth action game. But if they don't do that, I think whatever the next Splinter Cell game is going to be exclusive to Xbox. And it's going to come out this year. I think they're going to make some type of deal with Ubisoft to where that game is exclusive or timed exclusive or something. I feel it.
And showcase it on Xbox One X.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're gonna showcase it on the X.
I could see that happen.
I could see Xbox One X exclusive console with Sam Fisher being on it.
What if it's just the black console with like the 3 green dots, or like the way they show it? It'll just be like Michael Ironside's voice like narrating something, and it all of a sudden it's like just like the 3 green lights just turn on one at a time. Oh, that'd be so killer. That'd be awesome. I'm not a huge Splinter Cell guy, but I would get hyped for that. You know it's coming. You know Splinter Cell is coming. Like, they didn't waste Michael Ironside talent for a Ghost Recon side mission.
They would be insane for them to not break it out.
Right? Come on, Ubisoft. Make it happen. You're making Beyond Good and Evil 2. You can make another Splinter Cell game. Come on.
Okay.
Sorry. Got excited. Got hyped. Getting hyped.
So, for me, I think there's going to be an Alan Wake game. I think Alan Wake 2 is going to be coming sometime in the future. I think that would get announced.
Do you think it's Remedy working on it? Do you think that's what their project is? Do you think that's what P7 is? Is an Alan Wake game?
No, I think Remedy is doing something completely different on their own. I don't think they're doing anything with Microsoft. I think they're going to give it to a different. They probably hired, kind of like how Nintendo went with the one company that did Samus Returns.
Mm-hmm.
I think Microsoft went out and found someone to do that. To do a different Alan Wake. To bring it.
Huh.
Yeah, because Microsoft owns Alan Wake's the name, like the
IP.
Do they own? Yeah. They own the IP? Yeah.
They own the IP, but they don't own the music anymore. They lost the license.
Yeah.
For it. So
I bet that game will show up with kind of like quote unquote generic music again.
Yeah.
Like an Xbox One X enhanced, or maybe they're working on getting the license back for that music. It'll show up again in some form.
I mean, they could always like replace it with Microsoft's own, because they did do a investment in Microsoft for their kind of like their video game department. So that's why their profits has been so high, because the investment that they put in. So I think they probably going to get they probably have a studio or like music group that records music for their games and stuff, and they probably going to do that for Alan Wake, if not Alan Wake 2. Yeah. I could see that happen.
Yeah.
I don't believe Gears 5 or Halo 6 is going to be announced. So, because they both said that none of that is ready to be shown or announced.
See, I think
even
both
Phil
games are going to be
Spencer
announced.
said that.
I don't think they're going to be out this year, but I think both games are going to be announced. I think that they are lining up a killer lineup for the next 2 or 3 years, similar to what Sony did a couple years ago. And I think it's going to be. It might not be Halo 6, but it's going to be a Halo game. It's going to be.
I think Halo Wars 3.
I don't think Halo Wars 2 did well enough for them to make a third one, but
yeah,
I do think it's going to be a Halo game. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like an ODST style game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Thinking.
ODST 2.
Yeah, and like I think it's going to be I think it's going to star Buck, honestly. And I think it's going to be star Buck and like a team that Buck can rally around, and his transformation into a Spartan. I wouldn't be like that type of game. I think that would be super interesting to watch somebody move from being a normal kind of like elite Marine into being a Spartan. And like, a lot of people like Nathan Fillion, a lot of people like Buck as a character. And I think that'd be cool if they did like ODST 2 and really kind of dive into Buck and how he became a Spartan and joined Locke's team.
Okay.
Man, we just wrote a game right there. You can have that one for free, Phil Spencer. You can have it for free.
I think that I think Miyamoto's going to show up on stage with Phil Spencer.
What?
And they're going to announce the stuff that was in Nintendo's Minecraft games is now available in Minecraft for Xbox.
I thought you were going somewhere. I thought you were going somewhere different with that. I thought you were gonna say Rare Replay Deluxe is coming to Switch, and it's gonna have Banjo because it's gonna have Donkey Kong 64, Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, and whatever else Rare did for them.
No, I would have said that in on Power Block.
Nah, I know.
So that's an extra Power Block. Look, that's an extra Power Block prediction. We're gonna go with that.
That's where I thought you were going. I was like, Rare Replay Deluxe for Switch.
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either until what you just said. Look, I wouldn't say no. I'm just saying.
Did you know that everything would once again when we talked about Nintendo or Microsoft have the power to shut E3 down?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, we talked about this all the time. We're like, what if Microsoft made a Perfect Dark game, but they've already got a major first-person shooter on their platform, first party. What if they put Perfect Dark on Xbox and Switch, and it was cross-play, and like that would benefit both companies. Nintendo doesn't really have a first-person shooter, and Microsoft has an IP that they're kind of sitting on, but probably wouldn't sell as well on Xbox as it would on Nintendo. Just because like Halo is their primary thing, so just saying, just throwing it out there, be cool. But we already had that discussion like 65 times, on and off air.
I think last but not least, I think we might get something PUBG related, and I think we might actually get a map from the Halo or Gears game for PUBG.
What if like Blood Gulch for PUBG?
Oh, the Blood Gulch is from which one?
Halo
which
1.
Game?
Halo 1. But I mean, they could do Coagulation too, which is from Halo 2.
What's the one from Halo 2 that's got the big mountain on the sides and
Coagulation. It's Blood Gulch 2.0, but they just renamed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blood Gulch is the Halo 1 version of the map, and Coagulation is the Halo 2 version of the map. And then there was a version of the map in Reach, I want to say, that just wasn't as good because they tried to do too much with it. But I mean, that'd be cool.
Would you go with 1 or 2? Well, would you prefer 1 or 2?
Probably 2, because they added stuff to the bases that would be cool to loot, and then like they added some extra caves and stuff that you could go into on the sides of the mountain. But I think that map is way too open for that for PUBG. But I was just thinking out loud, like that's kind of like their biggest iconic map.
I said that something might come to PUBG from Gears or Halo. So why not that?
What if they added battle rifles and lancers? What if they just started adding weapons from Gears and Halo?
Oh shoot! Can they add a decent frame rate and get all that garbage of jank that's in that game?
Well,
still in the preview program. I'm reserving my final thoughts on the game until 1.0 release.
I think that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a 1.0 release date.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna they're gonna probably release that for sure.
I think September. I think September or October they'll release it.
I think it depends on what they have coming out this fall. Plus, like I think if they got the marketing for Tomb Raider and Destiny's big expansion is coming, I could honestly see a 1.0 release coming in like July or August. Probably like August.
Because I think that, and I'm just gonna put this out. So sorry, Sony fans. I don't think there's gonna be any kind of Call of Duty exclusive if they took that. If it's just only gonna be multiplayer, I think there's not gonna be no Call of Duty exclusive for PS4.
It'll just be like the map packs are available 30 days before, like it always is. I don't think they're gonna get anything exclusive. especially
Okay.
especially if Destiny has that big expansion in September. Like that's where they're going to focus on the PlayStation exclusive stuff for Activision.
Yeah.
Is going to be the Destiny stuff, which I mean I could care less because honestly, since year one, except for the only exception to this rule is Hawkmoon, but everything PlayStation exclusive has been not worth owning, or playing through. The strikes, the missions, the weapons, the armor, none of it has been worth having except for Hawkmoon. So, and Xbox ended up getting it in year 2 anyway. So like, yeah, that I just. Yeah, I don't want to look. I have too many gripes to talk about for us to waste time on an E3 predictions episode with this. So we're just gonna keep going.
Okay, Jesse, go ahead. With how many predictions did you write down?
I don't know. I've got a bunch of things that I wrote. A lot of it, some of it isn't things that I don't know if it's going to be exclusive, but things that I think we might get announced that they'll be announcing.
Okay.
But
go ahead and read your list.
okay. So well, you want me to read the list?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Everything that I have on it.
Yeah, and
everything
if
that
you
you
say
have on.
something interesting, we'll stop and talk about it.
Okay. Well, I just wrote that we'll see more of Metro Exodus and get a release date. Horizon 4 we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's pretty. I think that's pretty likely.
Yeah, and then like some of this stuff is from the old E3, the last E3, like that we might like Deep Rock Galactic. I think we'll get a release date for.
Mhm.
Anthem gameplay and release date.
Yeah.
A Mech Assault game or a Mech Warrior type game.
Oh, geez.
That will be exclusive.
Is that like that BattleTech one that just came out, like for PC?
Something like like a mech style game, like
Yeah, well, because that BattleTech game that came out on PC, I think that would be something people probably would think that would come on Xbox One.
yeah. And then I think we're actually not only going to get a release date for Crackdown 3, but I think they're going to announce that day that day that E3 happens that there's going to be a playable demo that you can play on your Xbox at home, like that you'll be able to download
Yeah.
and try it. Since they didn't really get a chance to bring it to PAX East, I think they might try to do something like that where people can play it for free at home, a demo of it.
I mean, I think that would be the game that they probably would end the show with.
Yeah.
Because I think they would end the show and then do another announcement. They'll probably, I don't know if you got this on your list. They'll probably give out more Xbox One originals and maybe some 360 games. They may announce that and stuff. But I think the smart thing for them that they're probably hoping on that they end the show with Crackdown 3.
Yeah. And then I think they're also gonna, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I think they are going to announce a game that will be exclusive to Game Pass only. So they will make that step in making games exclusively for Game Pass, where that's the only way that you can get it.
First party?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be anything like a major game, but it will be something that you can only get through Game Pass. That
I think if they were going to do that, I think a Fable that Fable Online will probably do.
Yeah.
I think that would work.
Yeah. I mean, it would be something obviously that's got power to bring people into it, but yet it not be something that's like,
you know what, I wouldn't say that it would be exclusive to Game Pass. I think if you get Game Pass, you get the game 30 days early. So everybody who, before the game comes out physical or digitally, you get a month to play it. like the full game before anyone else can, or you get to play it up to a certain point, I should say, and then they'll unlock the rest of the content when the game actually comes out.
Yeah. That could definitely be something. I just think they're gonna take some kind of step to do something like that, like a Netflix or whatever, where they've got their own exclusive, stuff that you can only see there. So,
Yeah.
I think I know this like kind of goes against what people think, and most people I don't think would think this is ever going to happen, but this is my hopeful guess is I think we will actually see a Sunset Overdrive 2. Because I know they want to make one.
I wonder if they'll announce that this year though, because that whole team is working on Spider-Man right now.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I think that would be something they would save for next year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because honestly, I would love to see Sunset Overdrive. I like that game a lot. I didn't finish it, but I liked what I played of that game. And
I need to return to it too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I wonder honestly if that would be something they would announce on PlayStation stage of like, hey, Sunset Overdrive's coming to PlayStation now, because like Insomniac owns the IP.
Oh, I thought Microsoft did.
Nope. That was part of the deal. That was part of the deal where Insomniac said they own the IP, and if they wanted to make a sequel, if it sold well on Xbox, they would go with Microsoft to make more, or they could make it multi-platform. So, I mean, I don't know if they would put it out so close to Spider-Man, but like that could be something I could see coming to PlayStation stages. Like, hey, definitive edition of Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
I think because people forgot about it, I think they wouldn't want it on PS4. I think Microsoft was putting up the money once again to get it back on it, because don't forget, Sunset Overdrive came to a point where people were really hated on Xbox One. They were just so focused on PS4. So with Xbox being in a better position now, I think they could get Insomniac to come back and do Sunset Overdrive 2, and I think they will have better sales.
Well, they want to, and the thing is they wanted to do it, but they're just waiting for someone to give them the money to do it. And if Xbox gives them the money to do it, like, then that's where it would be for sure. I mean, it could, I guess that all depends on what kind of deal they make, but they've basically said that they want to do a part 2, but no one's, made an offer to get a second one made yet. So if Microsoft steps up and does kind of what they need to do right now, and that's get games made for them, then they'll, I could see them spending the money, and if there's enough draw to bring people back into the on the Xbox, then I think they'd sell better this time around.
Yeah, I think after watching that, I think it was the GDC talk that you showed us. I think after that talk that Phil Spencer had, I think Microsoft will pony up that money. I think they should pony up that money, because Microsoft really is in a good place, and it would just make sense that that might be the game to get Game Pass. Mm-hmm. Like, if you are a member of Game Pass, you get the first 10 missions free to play. It may seem like a demo or something, but you get that month free before 2-day demo comes in for everybody else. And then you'll get because of your Game Pass, you'll get, I think it's maybe 10 or 15% off if you buy the game digitally. Mm-hmm. And that, I think that would get people to not only sign up for Game Pass, but to show how many people are still interested in Sunset Overdrive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have, this is kind of just another, like, I don't know, just something I added. But mm-hmm. with Valve announcing that they're going to be making games again, I think that if we do get any announcements of Valve games, that it would be on the Xbox, on Xbox's stage.
Mhm.
So like maybe a Portal 3, but I think if they did do Half-Life again, that it would be a complete reboot. They're gonna start it all completely over and just wipe it brand new, because they kind of already screwed up with a lot of stuff, on the originals, and just kind of with the loss of the team that writes stories and things like that. I think they'd just be better off to just completely start it over. But I don't know, those are just kind of like side things that I didn't really, I could, take or leave. I wasn't really gonna mention anything about if I didn't really have to. The Ashen or whatever, I think we're gonna get a release date of that. Let's see. I did put that I think we would get a new Gears game, but not a Halo. And then maybe more about that game, that MMO that they're releasing, the Black Desert. I think we'll get like a release date of that.
Oh yeah, that was like the kind of, yeah, I remember that last year.
Yeah, cool looking, like an MMO or whatever it was. That looked kind of fun. And then I don't know, like the only other thing that I can think of that like is something with like the Darwin project, maybe that might even be something that they release as a Game Pass exclusive.
Yeah. Oh man,
that's pretty much it.
I would love to see some sort of like just major lineup announcement, like game after game after game after game. Like even I don't even care if it's what Sony did a couple years ago, like with their lineup and like half those games aren't even out yet. I wouldn't even care. I just want to know that there's something out there on the horizon coming to Xbox, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I love what Xbox has put out, but like I'm eager for a new Halo. I'm eager for a new Gears. It's been 2 and 3 years for those games, and I know they're on 3-year cycles, and I know Halo's probably going to take a little bit longer because they're kind of, I'm sure they have to dig themselves out of the mess, at least the campaign story wise, of Halo 5. We're playing through it right now for squad goals, but like there's not really any story there that's worth telling, and they kind of, at the end of that game, they kind of planted themselves into a corner. And, what do you do? What do you do from that? So I think they're really kind of doubling down on that campaign. And maybe Halo 6 will be on a 5-year cycle, and that's where I think that ODST style game might come in. I don't know.
I definitely think that we're gonna see a Gears game, a proper Gears game before we see a Halo game.
Yeah, I could definitely see like Gears 5, like even if it's not like coming out this year, I could see remember how Gears 4 was shown off? It was like that. It just said Gears 4, and then like it showed that one kind of dark area where spoilers for Gears 4 if you didn't play through the campaign, but somewhere in like Act 2, when Marcus kind of gets eaten by that monster and you have to go look for him, like it was kind of like the beginning section of that area. So but yeah, I could totally see them doing something like that. And to be honest, I think Gears is more likely than Halo now, because like they just started a new event in Gears 4, and it's like I forget what it is, but it has something to not advance the story forward or anything like that, but it does have some kind of implications that we might get a Gears announcement. So
okay,
yeah, Gears 5. Gears 5.
And I one other thing too. I think they're gonna start off like they're either gonna start off or break up their thing with their E3 stuff with them talking about. I think they'd probably start it with it and ease in, but they're gonna break down in detail the new upgrades to the avatars and things like that.
Yeah.
Like that, they're gonna really break that down and let us know exactly what's gonna happen with that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, what's your last two predictions?
My last predictions. I think we're going to get a new version of the Elite controller. I think they're going to show that off. And I think, honestly, they might start packing that in with the Xbox One X. I think they're going to have some sort of bundle. Maybe not package it in, but it'll be some sort of bundle where like you get an Elite controller and a normal controller. I think that's almost a definite. I think they're going to unveil a white Xbox One X.
Ooh.
And like that's kind of why I've been holding off of buying one. That and like I don't really have the money to buy one, but like I would like my S and my X to match.
What if they did an Xbox like the Xbox green color?
Oh no.
No.
No. They did that with the Halo 2 one. No thanks. No, that
or just
remember the Halo
or like
3
white, but it like has like green Xbox lighting, like
that's
somehow.
That's
like,
fine. I wouldn't mind the lighting. I just want the box to be white. I would like a white Xbox One X.
I think the Call of Duty of Advanced Warfare, was there like a Xbox One for it? It might have one of them was a slim.
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I think Advanced Warfare.
There wasn't an Xbox from. Well, there was the Advanced Warfare Xbox One because that was their last year of exclusivity with Xbox. But there was a Battlefield green one for Battlefield 1, I think. Was it 1? Maybe.
Probably. But the Call of Duty one, the Advanced Warfare one for Xbox One was really nice. I like that design.
Yeah.
I really liked. Was really nice.
I really liked in I just got a new prediction. I just got a prediction.
It's your last prediction.
I just got a prediction.
Go ahead.
Titanfall 3 on the Xbox stage.
I can see it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I can see
I
it.
can see that.
Because like I was thinking of like custom stuff, and I really liked that Titanfall controller that they released when Titanfall 1 came out. And I didn't have an Xbox One at the time, or I would have gotten that controller. But like EA has this thing now where they have 3 great first-person shooters that they can kind of support over the years while the other ones kind of take off. Where like it could be like the Call of Duty system, but it could be like Battlefield, Battlefront, Titanfall, like 1, 2, 3, like every 3 years, and Battlefield's this year, so that might mean Titanfall next year, but they could show it. Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see another Titanfall.
Prepare for Titanfall.
They're planning for Titanfall 3.
I know
something else.
Yeah.
Well, their Respawn second team is working on that Star Wars game, which I don't know. I don't really
Let's
want.
keep it moving.
I don't really
At this
want,
point in time, EA and Star Wars, we're going to keep it moving.
Disney, please do something. Disney, please.
Yeah. How about you take it back and dang, Factor 5 is not around anymore.
No, I really want to play some more Titanfall 2. We should do that at some point. Just hanging out, playing some Titanfall 2, running on some walls, calling down some giant robots that shoot each other. It'd be great. Good times.
I played it a little bit last week.
Nice. Well, my last two predictions is going to be Black Desert. It was an MMORPG that they showed last year. I think that's going to finally get a release date. I know you mentioned something like some of their past games, but I think that's going to get a release date because really nothing else has been said about it. That and The Last Stand, that Blade Runner sprite-based looking game that came out.
Oh yeah,
I mean that
game looked awesome.
That looks so good. I think that's going to get a release date too. Last but not least, goodness. I can. Last but not least, what would be the last thing that Microsoft can announce? Oh, they're gonna bring out some kind of stupid car. Uh, and it's probably gonna be like something from like
Forza.
like yeah, they're gonna be like some kind of BMW or something, and it's gonna look ugly as ever.
Well,
But it's
I
gonna.
think I don't think if they do that, it's going to be some sort of like rally car because of Horizon being more arcadey.
Mm.
Oh man,
What if they teamed up with the Fast and Furious and
they
get a
did.
car in that
They
game?
already did. They
Ugh.
made Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think they bring Hot Wheels back then?
They
Yeah,
might.
That'd be cool.
They
I mean,
might because that was a like I still need to get that. It's just so expensive. It's like $100 and some for the whole the whole set.
Ooh.
Like, well, because it's like I think the add-on itself is pretty expensive, and then you have to buy the game too.
Oh. Xbox snacks up the Square Enix Marvel-based game for exclusive.
oh, the Avengers one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them doing that. I could see them ponying up pretty money for that, especially with how well Avengers did this weekend. Like, and ooh, yeah, I could see them doing that. And I would rather play the Avengers game than the Spider-Man game. No offense to the Spider-Man game, but like, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, not an exclusive, but I bet. Speaking of superhero games, Rocksteady's next game probably be shown.
Oh yes.
I don't know
yes.
I doubt it'll be Batman. Somebody said it might be a Wonder Woman game.
But didn't you mention that Microsoft might go, or the rumor that they might get a Turtles game from WB?
Yeah, somewhere I don't know. Nobody else was reporting on it, so like I kind of. It was one of those things where I was like skimming through things at lunch, and I only have like 20 minutes to do stuff, and half of that time is eating, and the other half is promoting stuff for the day, if I have time. And like, I read somewhere that Rocksteady might be finally working on that Ninja Turtles game, and it might be on Microsoft stage. And I don't know I doubt it would be exclusive, but if Microsoft ponies up for something like Ninja Turtles, like, I mean, that's a pretty big IP still to get marketing rights behind,
Yes.
And WB has a pretty good working relationship with Xbox anyway, with Shadow of War and Batman and everything. So, I could see Rocksteady doing something interesting with an IP. I don't want to see another Batman game out of them. Like, I like the Arkham games a lot. I think they're cool, and I think Arkham Asylum is like the best superhero game out there right now. But like, I would love to see their dark take on Ninja Turtles, and with WB and NetherRealms kind of showing us what Turtles could look like in a current gen kind of way, and like the way their loot based stuff works in that game, and just having a open world, like in a Metroid style sewer system that you can unlock stuff once you get new powers, and just the loot that you could get to customize the look of your turtles. And like, that game could be super deep and super well done and super well thought out, and there's such an arsenal of villains that they could use. Bebop and Rocksteady, Baxter Stockman, Rat King, the dimensional aliens, Shredder, Krang, Karai,
Baxter.
like there's so much you could do in that game, and you could you could use one turtle, you could use 4 turtles. I don't care how you do it, but like, that could be a cool game. Maybe it focuses on one turtle and all the other turtles have been captured or something, and it's your mission to go out and find them, or I don't know. I don't know how it would work. Maybe it's a multiplayer game. I wouldn't want it to be a multiplayer game, honestly. That you can save the multiplayer stuff for like a side-scrolling beat 'em up or whatever. Like, that's fine. But man, I want a Turtles game like Arkham Asylum. But I feel like it's more going to be something in the DC universe. I feel like we're going to get another Batman game And I feel like, honestly, if they're going to do a Batman game, I feel like it's going to be Batman Beyond. But I don't know.
We shall see.
I just wanted to add, like I personally, I would like to see like a Turtles game and like more of like Watch Dogs, like where it's very like tech based.
Yeah.
You know, like where you have Donatello, like like certain things you got to do, and then Donatello helps upgrade your stuff to like kind of make your way through like certain areas, like have it be more based on Donatello being like your person who's got to help you, like you've got to get the things that you need to him so then he can help you upgrade stuff to be able to progress through the the levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be
like
cool.
Have it because that way then like you're incorporating what those like their like the things that the Turtles are good at doing and using that to build on the storyline.
Yeah, and like maybe you could have like almost like a companion system where like you can take one other character with you, and maybe it's like, okay, I'm Leo, but I want to take Raph with me, or I want to take Casey Jones with me, or maybe certain areas of the game require you to have a certain character with you to get through like like you said, maybe Donatello, you need Donatello at base because he can walk you through the blueprints of this building, and you need to sneak in through like a ventilation system or a sewer system or whatever. Yeah, man, so good. Give me that game. Bring it to Switch.
Well, everybody, that's gonna be Arsenal X E3 predictions. We'll probably have more when more news come out, or like rumors and hints and anything like that. But hopefully we could be able to watch it with you guys when it goes live. Like I said, it was gonna be on Sunday, so hopefully all three could get together and watch it and do a reaction after the show.
Yeah.
So
we'll be able to talk about Bethesda too.
Oh, yes. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at @sub_humanist.
Corey, where can we find you? I know I put it wrong because I'm looking at it.
It's fine. It's okay. You can find me.
Jesse, this is Corey.
You can find me at Corey and HD on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, that's all I'll plug for now. That's fine.
Yes. You guys can email Arsenal X with your E3 predictions at arsenalx@gmail.com. You can find us on ngrradio.com and Nerds Gone Rogue on our YouTube page. We are every Wednesday is a Arsenal X episode, and also check out our show Squad Goals and our debut sometime soon, Royale with Cheese, where Corey and Jesse, and maybe me, will play a Battle Royale game and have an experience and have a fun time.
It's so funny.
With that,
I can't believe we're using that name for that show.
With that, everybody, we throw up the X. Because we're exiting out of here. Thank you guys for watching for Arsenal X, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.